Hey, second grade, today we're going to look at week 2 for our online distance learning. You're going to log on to your portal, click on It's Learning, and at the very top you are going to click on Homeroom, and that's going to bring us to our homeroom page. All right, in our resources here, you're going to scroll down, and this week we're going to be looking at Spring Assignments Week 330. We're going to click on the reading link. All right, so we tried to make it a little bit easier this week, and we included some direction off to the side, making sure that you're also continuing to read daily for 20 minutes. Weekly learning goals are to the side, and this section is now broken up into 4 different sections. For reading comprehension, we are explaining causes or reasons for a character's words or actions. So last week we read the story Enemy Pie, and we worked on character traits and character feelings. This week, we're going to explain reasons or causes for a character's words or actions. So here's an example from Enemy Pie. The boy changed his mind about Jeremy Ross because he spent time playing with him and getting to know him. So we're explaining who the character is, what action they did, he's changing his mind, and then why, why he changed his mind or why he changed his reason. Another example from Enemy Pie, the book we read last week, is the boy says, "It should have been the perfect summer, but it wasn't, because Jeremy Ross moved into the neighborhood right next door to my best friend Stanley." So whereas the top one is explaining an action for the character's reasonings, the second one here is talking about the character's dialogue, so what their words are in explaining a specific reason. So your first task today is to log on to Tumble Books and find the book Best Friend Trouble. I'm going to log in with our password, Bauer EL. Password is books. Once you log in, you're going to click the plus button and you're going to search by title Best Friend Trouble. Oh, there it is right there. I'm going to hit the go button, scroll down, and here's Best Friend Trouble. It's about 8 minutes long. You're going to play the video. It's going to read it to you. It's a really good book. I've actually never read this book before this week, but it is a really cool book. You're going to hit the quizzes. You can also do a book report, which is a fantastic way to kind of keep up with your learning skills as well. We're going to go back to the It's Learning here. And your job is to choose one sentence stem and practice on paper or a whiteboard. So you're going to practice with the new book we just read, practice both of these, and then what you're turning into me is the assessment. You're going to click here. It's going to bring you to a Microsoft form. If you're not able to get into this, either shoot me an email or double check and try again with your 100@ccisd.net. So it's got your name, who's your teacher, and then this is directly from the book Best Friend Trouble, character, what they did, what they felt, and their action, because, and then explain to me the reason here. When you get done, hit the submit button. All right, we're going to go exit out of these, and I'm going to click back on It's Learning. Now we're looking at Learning Goal 2. This is the phonics. We're going to be looking and reading multi-syllable words. This time it is an open syllable. So spider, bonus. So that letter here, your vowel, is going to be open. Back to It's Learning. The next part, Learning Goal 3, is handwriting. Make sure that you click on these videos and hit the play button. There's also some paper handwriting practice for you. It's got the cursive strokes, the letter O, and the letter A as well. You can print those off at home. And then there's also some blank lined handwriting paper if you wanted to practice your handwriting or if you wanted to write a story to us. We would love to hear you read a story on Flipgrid. I'm going to exit out of these. All right, if you don't have access to paper, there's some information for you here and some additional support. And then the last one is new. This is learning goal number 4. This is writing. I can gather data on a topic by taking notes and not copying directly from the text. So before we left school, we were focusing on collecting evidence for our nonfiction books that we were writing. We are going to go to Pebble Go through the SSO portal, and then we're going to choose a new topic to learn and write down 4 facts. This is what the Post-it Parking Lot 4 facts paper looks like. Make sure that you save this paper, or if you have a blank sheet of paper, make sure that you save 4 facts because we're going to work on it next week. Here's an example of one that I did. Post-it parking lot of living in a city. I kind of just wrote down some basic facts, but you want to make sure that you're not plagiarizing. Remember, that's that big word for copying directly from someone else. So I'm going to teach you how to get to Pebble Go. You're going to go to the sign on portal here, click on library resources, and then there's a little icon here called Pebble Go. From here, you can research an animal, science, biographies, social studies, and dinosaurs. So I want you to choose a topic that you feel passionate about and get started on your research. All right, and that's all there is for reading this week. So I'm going to scroll back up. I'm going to go to courses, homeroom, and now we're going to click on math. All right. So we did the same thing with math as we tried to leave some easy to use directions here on the left-hand side. This week there is Learning Goal 1 and Learning Goal 2, so make sure that you submit both of those. There also is an assessment at the very end that I need you to fill out as well. So let's go through this first. Learning Goal 1, and this is going to be the same interactive lesson that we had last week. It's the same program, so you need to make sure that you go to the SSO portal and that you open up STEM Scopes. I'm not STEM, Think Central, not STEM Scopes. You open up Think Central. You don't need to do anything with Think Central. You're just opening it up so it knows that someone is logged in. I'm going to go back to my It's Learning page, and now I'm able to click on it and I'm able to play through the video. So you want to play through all parts of the video. Start button. Like the personal math trainer, and then everything will work from there. A cool thing that you can do is you can click the step-by-step button and it'll kind of break it down for you. All right, so then there is a math on the spot video for you to click on. There's some independent practice here, and I want you to make note of it is not the whole paper. It is just a small number of questions there. There's the answer key, and additional support is listed there. And then there's an optional extension activity. The second thing is Learning Goal 2. This is explaining why less fractional parts make the parts larger. You're going to click on the video, click through it, make sure you click the personal math trainer. And if it's too many steps, remember you can click that step by step and it'll break it down for you so it's easier to manage. Okay, there is another math on the spot video, independent practice here. It's only numbers 1 through 10. And then your additional support and optional extension activities are listed there as well. The last thing you're going to do here is you're going to click on the quiz, log in through Microsoft Forms, make sure that you log in with your 100@ccisd.net, name, who's your teacher, and then it has some questions here. If you need them read to you, you need to make sure that you hover over, click the book here, and then if you hit the play button at the bottom, it'll read it to you, which is a really cool feature to have. Okay, we're going to move on to the next subject. Courses, homeroom. And now we're going to go into science. I'll click down here. Okay, so in science, we're going to be working in the SSO portal. We're going to click on STEM Scopes, watch a video, and answer 2 questions. You do not need to send anything to me, but I do want you to take note that the video is on the bottom, so make sure that you scroll to the bottom. So we're going to go through the SSO portal, click on STEM Scopes, and it should be the life cycle lesson. Awesome, so we're going to click right here. And remember, you need to scroll to the bottom first. You're going to watch the video, and then you're going to fill out 2 questions. The first one says, draw a line to match each young plant or animal with its parents. And then for question 2, you're going to draw a life cycle that you know about. It could be a person, a plant, or an animal. Make sure that you click the save button and then you also turn it in so that I can grade it. All right, I'm going to go back to It's Learning. And the last thing here is an optional enrichment activity. You can build a model of the life cycle of a butterfly using Play-Doh, clay, paper, or anything else that you find, and then label the stages and upload it to Flipgrid for us. Back to homeroom. And we're going to look at social studies. Make sure that you click on the correct week. Remember, we're the hot pink homework. All right, so your easy to read directions are up here. You're going to watch a Schoolhouse Rock video, answer sentence stems on paper or Flipgrid, and then read the book. So we're still looking at the free enterprise system. I can make a plan to earn, spend, and save money given a particular income. You're going to click the video here. It's about 3 minutes long. And then you're going to answer these sentence stems on paper or record yourself on Flipgrid. And then here, the literature piece, this is going to be a book for you to read. You're going to click on the book. It's going to open up a file for you. And I found that this button at the bottom does not work. It shows the page numbers moving, but it hasn't shown. So you need to go over to the side and you need to scroll on the page. If not, you're not going to be able to get to the book. Okay, and then there's an optional activity down here, make a plan. We would love to see it on Flipgrid if you want to do that optional activity as well. Okay, the last thing I want to tell you about is our resources from Miss Hart. So if you scroll in here, there's counselor morning meetings. This is from Miss Hart for you to choose at least 2 lessons for the week. They're 2 videos and it's going to have some questions with it as well. So if you are wanting to do some extra work from Miss Hart, it's here for you. I've also added Go Noodle Brain Breaks, and then make sure this week that you're not clicking on the pencil homework, but instead you're clicking on the hot pink homework for this next week, March 30th. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye.